Hey YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you all about intermittent fasting. Say what? I've had so many questions about this and I've had so many people be like, what? You're fasting? Oh my god. Anyway, but first, before I go into it all, I want to show you how I broke my fast out a brekkie with my friends and my baby and some delicious, delicious food. So to start, we both got iced long blacks. These are literally just coffee, ice, and water. It looks like there's milk in there, but there's not. It's just the way it's been blended. It actually tastes amazing. Brekkie, we've got poached eggs, egg whites, spinach, and a bit of bacon. And Maxine ordered meal done. Did you like that? Hey? Brian would love some bacon. Sit. Hey guys, what is up? So, you would have seen in my last video, I attempted intermittent fasting. I did this for a couple of reasons. I've just seen heaps and heaps of people talking about intermittent fasting lately. I also had a lot of clients, old and new, message me asking what my thoughts are on this topic. I've tried this once before and I did it completely wrong and it resulted in me feeling very, very lightheaded, probably losing or at least eating into my muscle mass, and I couldn't last the fasting time. So luckily it was on a day where I was having a cheat meal anyway, but I ended up overeating. And this is what I want to talk about. There are many dangers to intermittent fasting or IF, and there are also great positives. Number one, if you're going to, what is intermittent fasting? So, intermittent fasting isn't a diet. It's just a time-efficient way of eating. It's where you fast for a set period of time and then you eat the amount of calories you're supposed to be eating, so whether that's weight loss calories, weight gain calories, whatever your diet is, you eat that diet in a smaller time window. Beginners, they say fast from about 14 to 16 hours. Like sort of standard fasting is 16 to 20 hours, and if you're really, really extreme, I actually read about people who fast for like entire days, which I personally could never do. This fasting window, the biggest mistake people make is they fast, and then they literally just eat everything. That is not the key to weight loss. No matter what diet you're doing, if you're looking for weight loss, it's got to be calories in versus calories out versus your metabolic rate. Same with weight gain, it's calories in, calories out, metabolic rate. So number one rule to intermittent fasting is you have to have a diet. Intermittent fasting isn't binging, and this is what a lot of people get mixed up. Like, oh, well, I haven't eaten, so I'm gonna binge. No, you can't binge on this. You have to have a set diet. The only difference is that instead of eating every 2-3 hours, you're putting your food in a 8 to 4 hour time window for that day. If it's 14 hours that you're fasting, it's a 10-hour eating window. Second rule is you can't eat anything during your fasted period. You can have, I've read up on a lot of this, and again, there are differing views, but the main view that came out was you can have artificial sweeteners. So that is BCAAs or anything like that, and you can have black coffee. I did have black coffee and I did have BCAAs. I have BCAAs because I'm not looking to lose my muscle mass. Thirdly, you cannot intermittent fast and train in the middle of that intermittent fasting window. You have to train just when you're about to eat. So if you are a morning person for training, do not set your fasting window from 10 p.m. until 2 p.m. in the afternoon and then go train at 5 a.m. Reason being, if you want to lose body fat, not muscle mass, you have to still be feeding your muscles. And if you go hit a massive, heavy weighted session BCAAs are not enough, especially if you continue to fast for hours and hours after that lift session. You have to time your intermittent fasting window efficiently. Me, what I did was, I know that I was training in the morning. So I went 4 p.m. I had my last meal. I fasted. I trained at 9 a.m. the next morning, and then I ate at 10:30. So my fasting window was 17.5 to 18 hours. Perfect. So from there, I did cardio that morning. So you will see on my vlog that I had a high fat, high protein brekkie. I did this because I was only training cardio. I will train weights that afternoon when I have my carbs. The reason I had a high fat, high protein brekkie to break my fast was because I knew after fasting for such a long period of time that my insulin levels would be quite sensitive. The last thing you want to do once you finish a fast period is to spike your insulin levels with a mass amount of carbs. And that goes back to the binging factor, guys. You can't binge, you have to have a plan in place. Would I recommend this for an inexperienced dieter? No. Reason being, it can result in binging, it can result in overeating, it can result in hormonal damage if you don't time your fasting windows effectively. It can result in fat gain if you're not being very careful with how you're doing this. So I do recommend, this is something you want to try, don't take it lightly. Do your research, have a diet set in place, and do things properly. Pros to intermittent fasting. It is a great fat loss tool. It is honestly great. The reviews on it are amazing. It also, if you do it properly, can make your diet very controlled, and it can help with insulin sensitivity issues. It can also help with hormonal issues. It can also help with your digestive tract, because your body isn't having to digest food constantly throughout the day. The longer a fasting window, the more time your body has to actually utilize its fat stores for energy instead of going to the food stores that you just fed it. So another major question that I found myself asking myself throughout this little experiment: what is the difference between fasting, just in general, and intermittent fasting? Just plain old fasting, like literally just going days without eating, that's an extremely bad habit. If you wanted to get really technical, it's a habit of anorexia. It's something that it's not encouraged, and it can do a lot of damage to your body. Intermittent fasting is different in that it's a set time window. So this is where it does take mental strength and control. You can't break that time window, guys, otherwise it ruins the point of intermittent fasting. It's set. And then your eating window is also set. So you're still consuming the amount of calories you need to be burning fat, gaining, like holding or gaining lean muscle mass, whatever your goals are, but it's in a smaller time frame. A lot of people enjoy this because they feel like they're getting more food at once. And it is also great if you are traveling. And I was doing some research, and it actually got me thinking, like, when you're traveling and you don't always have healthy food options, intermittent fasting could be an amazing way to really control what you're eating, especially if you're trying to eat healthy. Because if you're not around food that you know you can eat, you create a fasting window and you start eating when you know that, there's that food available that's good to eat. Guys, all in all, this experiment was definitely interesting. Would I do intermittent fasting on like all the time basis? No. Would I implement it sometimes? Yes. Honestly, I do implement it after I cheat. After my cheat meal, I do fast for a window. I've always done this. Two reasons why. I'm never as hungry the next morning, and I listen to my body, and I don't force feed myself after a cheat. Plus, the way it works out with cheat meals, I have my cheat, then I fall asleep, and then I always have an amazing sleep. I always oversleep, which is great because I'm always tired. So and then I get up, and then I train, and then I'm eating, and honestly, my day just rolls on, and next minute, I had a window of fasting. But once I start eating again, I'm back to eating my proper diet. All in all, how do I sum up my intermittent fasting experience? Definitely interesting, Definitely worth giving you a go, but make sure you have a diet in place. Make sure you set your time window. Don't go all out crazy and start binging. Big mistake. You are allowed black coffee, you are allowed BCAAs. I wouldn't have any other food. I wouldn't put any milk in your coffee. And the main thing, all and end all of this, when you open your feeding window, make sure that you're eating clean, healthy foods. Guys, I hope this is some sort of insight. I definitely haven't given this like a 5-day trial, so I don't think I would. I wouldn't do it for 5 days in a row. I would do it occasionally to shock my body, but it's not something I would do all the time. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I mean, it was definitely interesting, but yeah. To anyone out there who is a consistent intermittent faster, I take my hat off to you, because it's hard. Not eating is hard. Alright guys, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything else you would like me to talk about. Comment below, and I will see you all in my next vlog.